Good morning. It's a beautiful Sunday. Hello, YouTube. Thank you so much for coming in. I get so excited when I go live because you get to see my enthusiasm, you get to hear my struggles, you get to see what it is that I'm up to and why I'm so excited. The only reason that I'm taking time out of my day to come to you is because I have something that can change the world. I have something that can change your family's world. The world is out of control right now. Hey, Ray, thanks for coming in. My name's Ashley. I'm a realtor. I'm a broker now, but I've been in the real estate business for 17 years and I wanted to own my own business. Have you ever thought about owning your own business, or are you a business owner? That was so important to me in my early 20s. I wanted to be a business owner, and I was able to do that by being a realtor. Hey there, Frankie. Thanks for coming in. Listen, I just wanted to say hello. Good morning. It's Sunday. We're getting ready to go to church. I'm still sort of halfway in the process of being ready to do that. But thanks for coming in, Dorvis, user, McConley. Hello. My name's Ashley. I'm a realtor, recently a broker, 17 years in the business, and I am overwhelmed with fear, like fear. I'm a hot mess right now. Like, the real estate market has been so wonky the last 6 months, and even before then. I mean, I started noticing the real estate market shifting, not crashing, shifting, right? Because when you're in a business such as real estate, you have a lot of other factors that determine your income, right? There's inflation rates, which in turn affect the interest rates. There's supply and demand. There's the housing prices that are the highest that they've ever been in the history of the United States. I'm in the United States, even though I have a global business. So I'm speaking specifically about the United States economy when it comes to the housing supply. So we have been in this, for the last 4 years after COVID. During COVID, we had this huge interest rate drop, which obviously incentivized buyers, first time homeowners, to go out and purchase. And what happened was the people were willing to jump the fence in their states that they have been so fed up with living in. They were willing to do whatever it took to get to Texas. I mean, I'm in Texas specifically. We had people putting $100,000 over asking price on properties to move here. Why? Because I think COVID was just the final push that they needed to get the heck out of the area that they were in. And the housing prices in areas that they were coming from were so much higher than ours, right? People have been at $500 a square foot in other parts of the land for a long time. Dallas, Texas, we're still in the $215 price per square foot price range for a house. And that's pretty affordable if you ask me. But here's the thing. So during that inflation, or during that of people coming to Dallas, Texas area in in large quantities and putting money on top of, over asking what the agents even really wanted to bring the seller, we experienced just kind of a ridiculous market. And what happened was, you put the local market really on hold for making their dreams and reality come true, because they wanted to move up or move in for the first time, or take process in the home ownership um, opportunity as well. But because of the market, we simply couldn't. They couldn't afford it because we're on a fixed income out here in the Texas area. So now, as a realtor, lots of things have happened in the last 7 years in the real estate business. There's these models of teams, like teams are now in our real estate world. There's these models of Redfin, Open Door, where they pay realtors a salary. There's another model called the iBuyer, where people are buying properties sight unseen. So there's just a lot of new volatility in the market with the real estate world. And what happens is, when you have someone that's been used to representing a buyer or a seller individually, that's what you want to keep doing. I've been doing real estate for 17 years, and I never wanted to be on a team. I did dip my toe in the water for a minute because someone sold me that, oh, well, you're going to be able to do this much more volume and work this much, you're going to have so much money coming in. But the reality was this: yes, they would hand me a lead, but B, I would be working all the time. I'm talking all the time on the car, scheduling showings, taking time away from my family. I was not willing to be their little peon because that's what they want you to do. Because whoever's providing that lead for you as a realtor on a real estate team is taking 50% of your transaction when you get to closing. So when you do the pencil to paper and you put the math together, I may have a $10 million sales month, but in actuality, I'm only making as if I did $4 million in a month in sales because the team is taking so much more of that. So here's the thing. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? Have you ever wanted to be your own business owner? Hey there, Shaquille Link King. Have you ever thought about being your own business? I wanted to be my own business owner. I always wanted my own business from the time I mean, honestly, I don't even think I ever thought that I would go work for anyone else. And here's why. It was because my family that I was just born into, right? It was just the family that I was born into. My father figure in my home had his own company. He had a plant and then he ended up selling his plant and then he had a business and a crew. And so I saw the person who raised me have a business and his name be on the company logo, his signature be on the checks every week, his people showing up and working for him and calling him and asking him off, right? So that was the world that I grew up in. So I really didn't have another influence in my life that was immediate and like in my face all the time, other than my blue collar father, right? I'm blue collar. My father manual labor. He has a concrete business and he shaped the person that I am. Now what I learned from my father is I learned work ethic. I learned that no matter what, when I go to work, I give it 100%. There's no calling in sick to work, right? I grew up with a father who still to this day has a business that he operates. And I think we're going on 60 years because he walked into it when he was a teen. His father passed away when he was 17. So he went to school for 3 months, came home, and realized that he needed to take over this family business. So as a teenager, he took over a corporation at 17 years old where he managed people and he had to pay these people. And think about how these employees felt. These employees were looking at this kid, this 17-year-old kid, and thinking, that's my boss. But my father stepped into the role gracefully because he knew that he had to keep the company running. So I was born into a family that always owned their own company. I was a blue collar daughter, right? Like the coal miner's daughter. I was a blue collar daughter. And so I got to see and be influenced by a man who ran his own business without the systems that we get when you go to college to get an education, without the systems that you're given when you walk into any sort of corporate America job, because they're usually up and running somehow on a system, on a website, on a flow, a chart of next steps, right? So I didn't get that information. But all I knew is that when I got to be a big girl, when I got into college, I went to college. I went to college. Why? Because it was expected of me. Even at 20, I was like, I don't really know if I need to go to college because I wasn't learning a skill. I saw someone in my family go to school to be an x-ray technician. And I thought, wow, that's cool. Get in and out. And in 2 years, I'm making $60,000. Yeah, that's what I want to do. But I didn't do that either. Right. I stuck at the 4 year college degree out and did it. And then the minute I graduated from college, I went into I went into a commission sales business and it was fun. I had a great time. It was fun, but I knew I could do so much more because it limited me. It was almost insulting. I worked for a company that went around before the internet.com. In fact, we were a part of the launch, but before the internet.com was present, I went around to car dealerships in a territory and took pictures of their vehicles for a magazine every month. And it was fun and I had a blast. But let me tell you some of the comments and the rude, snide remarks that I had to deal with because A, I'm a woman, and B, I was around a man driven industry. And C, most of those men that are in that business probably don't have a lot of work ethic or values. So that got really old really quickly. But what I did want to do is I wanted to work for this home builder down the street. David Weekley Homes was just 20 miles away from my university that I went to, and almost once a week, I would pass by this beautiful conglomerate of model homes. And I thought, man, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to sell model homes. And it wasn't David Weekley that gave me a spot in my model home journey, but another Dallas company gave me my home. And for the first time ever, I felt accomplished because I was a model home sales representative for a $290,000 product. At the time in Dallas, Texas, $309,000 for a brand new house was wow, mind blowing. Mind blowing. Now I'm seeing brand new homes come in at 300,000 in an area that just started to have population growth, and there's no way in heck I would ever pay $300,000 for a brand new home in a town with 10,000 people, right? But that's where we're at. So here's the thing. Have you ever thought about starting your own business? What kind of business would you start if you could? What excites me about what it is that I've done is I have already gone down the real estate hole. I have gone into real estate. I'm a broker now. I have done the real estate thing. As a realtor, it's hard to make, it's hard to get excited anymore. As a realtor, when you learn and you actually can see behind the curtain what's really happening and what's really going on, you become aware. And awareness is maturity, right? Awareness is wealth. Awareness is knowledge, and awareness can change your entire outlook on an industry or what it is that you're doing. So I realized a few years ago, I was a hot mess. I mean, by the time I started realizing what exactly is happening in the real estate world, the Zillows of the world, the Trulias, the Open Doors, the Redfins, when they started paying people real estate salaries to sit on the clock and earn an income, that's great for some people who see that as a benefit. People who wanted to get in the real estate world, it may have been a very good move, but I'm not sure that you got the knowledge that you needed to, because at the end of the day, you're really just fielding phone calls, right? You're fielding phone calls. No one taught you how to close. No one taught you how to ask questions. No one taught you how to, handle objections, right? So when I've decided to, just a few years ago, when I started seeing all of the extra people dipping their toe in the real estate world, I became discouraged. I became so discouraged in my real estate journey. And here's why: I'm an individual agent. I love what I do. I have no desire to want to join a team and field leads and take internet calls that have no loyalty to me, have no idea who it is that I am. I have no idea who it is that they are, and I don't know where they're at in their journey. And so when I realized that real estate became a lot of cold calling and spending 2 to 3 hours a day reaching out to people who I didn't even know, I became very turned off by that. So the last 5 years in real estate, I've been discouraged because I wanted to always be an individual agent. I didn't want to be a part of a team. I didn't want to go work somebody's leads for 50%. I'm not going to be that peon, right? And so because I always wanted to start my business, I've I had to be really selective with my time. And so one of my favorite words to use now is no. I use the word no more now in my business. And let me tell you the empowerment that you get when you learn to use the word no. I get people calling me all the time. Hey, do you do leases over here? And I'm like, gosh, I'm fumbling in my head. I'm like, the real estate market's been really slow this year. That's $2,200. I guarantee that, I hate to turn down business. I could go out there in Louisville and run do a couple of leases, but then at the end of the day, are they going to pay me what it is that I'm worth? So it's hard to say no sometimes because you have that fear of, what if this is like a lead? What if this is, what if it turns into something else in 5 to 7 years? What if they have a referral? Oh, yeah, right, right. So, I mean, the thing is this: I had to get really good at streamlining what it is that I specialize in my real estate business and get to knowing the word no. Why? Because the real estate industry is we are the only people that I know that get paid disproportionately to our efforts. And I heard someone say that the other day, and I was like, that is it. That is exactly what a realtor is. A realtor wears so many hats, has so many conversations along the way, keeps the ball in the court, keeps the thing moving forward. And at the end of the day, we are disproportionately paid for our efforts. And that's just the way it is. So wanting to start my own business, here's where I'm evolving. About 5 or 6 years ago, I realized that the real estate industry is probably not going to be something that I'm so excited about doing every year after year. Hey, you guys, will you follow me? I'm so excited about sharing with you this opportunity. So follow me, like me, share me. My name's Ashley. I'm a realtor, broker recently. I'm sick and tired of real estate. Here's why, because I don't get paid what it is that I'm worth. People want to chew me down all the time for my commissions and what it is that I'm making. Nobody wants to pay me for a job well done, and it's frustrating, right? And I sure as heck don't want to jump on a team. But what I always wanted to do is I always wanted to have my own business. And so for 17 years I've been able to take that knowledge that I've had running my own company with marketing skills, advertising skills, and also being aware and seeing where the industry is going. Real estate is going digital. So is the rest of the world. So for the last 4 years, I have been searching for a home run. Where is this thing that I am looking for? And what is this thing that I'm trying to tell you about? This thing is, why hasn't someone already put together a business in a box so that I can pay for it, hook it up, set up my domain, set up my payment links, and start taking something to market? Why hasn't someone done that? Until voila, I found it just 6 months ago. I believe it was in February. I was scrolling through my phone. And if you're like me, you'll understand, because business owners are proactive, right? People who are always looking to have a business for themselves or figure out the trend is your friend. We're constantly snapping our phone. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me put that in my photography list, right? Let me come back to that. So you're snapping, you're screenshotting what it is that you're listening to. And so one day I'm scrolling through my screenshots, because at some point you have to come back to your screenshots and do a brain dump so that you can go through your notes and make sure, did I miss a huge opportunity that's out there that I was aware of, but because of the distractions that come at us, we are distracted. I believe it's 40,000 times a day. So how are you going to know that this girl in the glasses with blonde hair that still needs to be curled is offering you an opportunity that could change your family's life? How are you going to know that? How are you going to know that if I don't have a neon back here talking to you saying, realtors, realtors, listen, I've got the solution, right? How are you going to know? Stay at home moms, single moms, listen, are you looking for a way to figure out how you're going to finish this year strong? How am I going to get that across to you if you're scrolling on your phone 24/7? What I'm trying to do is to show you an opportunity that can change your life. Just 6 months ago, I took a screenshot of this woman, and finally, because I've been asking for years, why hasn't someone put this together? And finally, she put her 2 cents together and thought, all I have to do is implement this thing, share it with someone, and it's going to take off. And that it has. So, what it is that I'm doing is I'm basically selling a digital product that teaches you how to how to sell a digital product, right? I know it's kind of difficult to understand, but stop. I'm selling you a digital product that teaches you how to build you already get a pre-built domain. So I mean, you already get a pre-built website. So you don't have to build a website. That's the biggest part of the problem right there, is the website. You don't have to do that. So now what do I need to do? Well, you need to figure out how to go buy your domain. Do you know how to do that? Most people know what GoDaddy is, but maybe you don't. Maybe this is your first time to hear about digital. I'm talking to realtors. So realtors probably have a little bit more of a second grade education in the digital marketing space. Why? Because I bet you have put your home on Facebook, right? I bet you posted your listing, your closing on Facebook. That's digital marketing. But what the problem was, this is you didn't have it connected to your website, which your website would see how many people are in your funnel or in your clicks looking at your property, so that you could reach out to those people because you already have interest, because those people clicked on your button. So how is all of this happening behind the scenes? That's what it is that we do. We built a pre-built product that helps you to hook it up to your link, and then again to your payment link, and allows you to go fishing in a pond of 5 billion people monthly, because that's how many people are on social media monthly. And when you throw a line in the water, you're going to have a lot of fishies on your hook. So think of it that way, right? And not only this, but go here with Gen Xers, 44, 34, 54. You guys, this is a big gap that I'm talking about. But the reason I'm talking about it is because we're already 10 years into working. We're already 10 years into working. You're seeing your job be taken over by AI departments. You're hearing chatter in the office and seeing people being let go because their department is no longer operated by a human. We just condensed and saved $1 million a year by utilizing this cool AI tool, right? How are you going to withstand and hold out? Because what about your department? What if your department in the next week or month comes up and says, hey, these guys are on the chopping block? Do we really need them? Do we really need these 12 humans coming in here, giving them PTO, dealing with them calling in sick to work, having to give them vacation? Do we really need them? Or can we slide that AI into their role and eliminate those 12 people, which yields us as a company $1 million in overhead? And oh, by the way, now we can shrink our square footage in our commercial real estate space because we no longer need 20 desks to operate and facilitate those 12 people in a department, right? AI is taking over many jobs. And you guys, here's the thing, what are you doing to be proactive about it? I'm 44 years old. I know that I want to walk away from production. In real estate, we call it production, right? My goal is to walk away from production by 55. But now that I have found this digital marketing solution, I may be able to look at my both of my careers, my digital marketing career and my real estate career, and actually look pen to paper and think, whoa, I may be able to walk away much sooner than I thought. I simply am exhausted from the inconsistent real estate income that's out there. I am sick and tired of being disproportionately paid for my efforts that I do for real estate. I'm really good at what I do. But because of the internet.com coming into my space and taking and stealing my business, because that's what it is, right? Realtors, you know who it is, you know what I'm talking about. People are stealing your business. You put a sign in the yard and somebody that buys a zip code gets all your phone calls. That's stealing, right? But somehow we've made it okay in this world that we live in. So where I want to go with this is, have you ever tried to start your own business before? What was your experience like? I mean, I've always wanted to be a business owner, and thank goodness with this new product that's out there, I'm going to be able to continue to do what I love. I want to be in control of my career because I want to call the shots. Why do you want to be a business owner? Why? Do you want to call the shots? Do you want your name on the logo? Do you want your name and your signature on the paychecks? What if you could run a digital marketing business from your phone in your home or your home office, not have one employee, simply spend 2 hours a day on your business and yield a six-figure income in just 90 days? That sounds amazing to me because it takes me a year to make six figures, right? And I'm not talking like 195. I'm talking six figures, right? I mean, barely. And it's exhausting because think about all the items that go into me making six figures a year. Well, I have to pay 100% tax because I'm a 1099. I have to pay taxes at the end of the year, so it's not actually 100. Then I have operating expenses such as tolls, gas, wear and tear on my car, and tires, right? And then I have my time, and then I have my computer time, and then oh, by the way, every time I'm on vacation, I get a phone call to do work, and so I never actually take off being in real estate, right? And then I've heard people tell me before, well, nobody has to know where you are in real estate, right? Nobody has to know where you're at. If you're on a beach in Miami or if you're on a beach in Tahiti, nobody has to really know. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I get that. But here's the deal. I always have to be ready, willing, and able to return a call, to take a call, no matter what time frame I'm on, right? But here's the thing, when you own your own business, the most annoying part about it is the follow-up, is the taking the calls, is the back and forth, the decision making process. What if I were to show you a done for you business that allows you to spend 2 hours a day on your business, simply produce 3 pieces of content, have a coachable attitude, have a CEO mindset, and over time with intentionality, you will have a 6-figure business. This is not like get right here and we're going to the moon. No, that's not what this is. But what this is steady wins the race. I've had lunch with a couple of billionaires. And when I had lunch with this one billionaire, I asked him, I said, hey, what's your favorite book? Because I'm a reader. I love, love, love to read, right? I read all the time. Now I'm an Audible subscriber. So I think I read like, 1.25 books a month. It's hard now for me to break away because I recently met my fiance and the time that I used to have to, do my book. Now I don't have a lot of time, but I love, love, love to read. I've probably read 300 business books since, I started reading, which was in 2000. So I've asked a billionaire before, what's your favorite book? And you know what they said to me? They said to me their favorite book was The Tortoise and the Hare. And I was like, wow, wow. The Tortoise and the Hare, a children's book, is a billionaire's favorite book. How cool is that? So, what do you know about the tortoise and the hare? Well, we know the illustrations in the book. The hare takes off. He's like, nana, nana, boo, boo, in front of the tortoise and giving him all kinds of hack and, basically mentally abusing the poor tortoise, right? But then at the end of the day, the hare gets caught up. I think he gets so far down the road that he like takes a nap under the tree. And then the tortoise ends up like, just staying the course. But I think the hare actually like cuts through the trees and gets to the end very quickly, but runs into some trouble. So The Tortoise and the Hare is a billionaire's favorite book. So what does that tell you? Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. So if you want to start your own business and you're willing to be slow and steady and win the race, then here's what you got to do. You got to be coachable. You have to have a CEO mindset, and you have to be willing to spend 2 hours a day on your business that's done for you on a website that we pre-built for you for $29. Have you ever started your own website? This is my sales page. This is my sales page. My daily goal is to get my people to go to dailywealthonline.com, to go to my sales page, to enter their email. So once I have 20 emails, then I know that equals one sell. 20 emails equals $900 for me. That's my conversion ratio, right? So if I spend 2 hours a day on my business and I am able to go and post 3 pieces of content on whichever social media platform I choose, and I have 20 emails a day coming in, that means I'm making $900 a day. But that's not all. What happens is over time, more and more and more and more and more people get involved and get into my email. So now my conversion rate's going to be every 10 emails is a sell. So see what I'm talking about slow and steady wins the race. The tortoise and the hare are a great illustration of you got to get out of this microwave society. I get it. I live there too, right? You and I, we're both human. We love convenient selling. Amazon's probably one of the best things that's happened to America as far as like having a personal assistant drop an errand at your door when you forgot to do your errand today, right? I mean, I get it. I love Amazon. I love having my groceries delivered. I don't really do it much anymore because I think they're charging a little bit more if you don't hit a certain amount in your shopping cart. So, you can't do all things through the grocery shopping, but boy, I tell you what, it sure does help cut out some, time, especially when you live in a populated city. When you live in a very busy city, a trip across town could be a 3-hour day. I mean, it really could. And that's the thing. I think all of us are looking for ways to get our time back. So I used to, and I still do, I used to pride myself. It's funny to look back at the Ashleys that I've become, right? I'm so good at saving people money. I'm so good at helping people find money. I'm so good at being able to do things when the masses aren't, right? If everybody else is doing it, I don't want to do it. If everybody else is out shopping on the weekend at Saturday morning, I sure as heck don't want to be at the grocery store. anymore, right? I want to be the girl that goes shopping at like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday when nobody's there. I don't have to like bump into anybody with a shopping cart. I don't have to wait in line for 7 minutes. I don't have to worry about my ice cream, melting in the car in Texas because it's so hot here. Like, I don't want to do the thing that everybody else is doing when it's popular. I like to go the opposite way. I always do things that are not when the norm, when the popular people are doing it, right? So that's the thing. Hold on. Sorry, I'm still a little nasally. There's like something going on in the air in Texas. And here's the thing. I've always wanted to have my own business. I'm a realtor and I love real estate, but the real estate industry is changing. And what I mean by that is AI is coming in and has been for the last 5 years. It has been. And in fact, I have been operating like a hot mess and just not all together and freaking out internally because at the time I was single. I had been doing this business for 17 years. If you're a realtor, you only get paid when you make a closing. You only get paid when you get a contract, and you can only look at that income in the future and knowing, okay, I'm going to be okay. It gets old. It gets really old because you really actually work all the time. You don't get off. In fact, real estate professionals, we really actually are, we basically work for free. We basically work for free. And then we get a buyer or seller that wants us to even cut our commissions even more. And that's where it gets discouraging. I'm 44 years old. I have big plans because I've been in real estate for 17 years. They taught us how to do personal growth workshops. They taught us how to find out how much are you worth an hour? Does anybody know that? Have you ever done that tool? It's a really cool tool. How much are you worth an hour? If you know that, then you know your value to people, right? And so because I'm 44 and I've been doing real estate for 17 years and I'm not 25 anymore, right? Like I got a little less like hustle in me, and I know a little too much about this business, and I know when I want to work with someone and when I don't want to work with someone. And now I'm a broker, so I'm really, really particular about who I spend my time with. But the thing is that I just simply have got to figure out another way to make an income that I enjoy, an income that I deserve, because I'm smart enough, I'm good enough, and doggone it, I know I can do it, right? So the thing is this, because I am a proactive person and I'm constantly trying to absorb that phrase, the trend is your friend. Why is it my friend? Why? What's going on behind the scenes that I'm not seeing? Why do they keep saying the trend is your friend? You better watch out. You better stay on top of AI. You better see what's coming. You better, right? So I know that I have to always be looking for what's around the corner. And thank goodness someone put it together for me, because I had been searching for years and years and years, almost gave up. I almost gave up on it altogether because I had paid almost $10,000 total in two different scenarios. One time was in 2019 before COVID happened. I was trying my hardest to figure out affiliate income, how to hook my links up. I was trying to get with ClickBank. I was trying to understand how to do it. I was trying to understand how to build all the links, because it's a process, right? And then 2021 happened. I had caught a plane to Nashville, went up there for this conference, and I came home and I learned a lot, but it was broken. Someone promised me that they were going to take me all the way and show me how to hook this thing up. And they broke their promise and they weren't able to do it. And I tried to, figure out, I guess this is it, Ash. I guess this is it. You're never going to be able to figure it out. I was defeated. I wanted to cry because I knew that for the rest of my life, I'm going to have to sell real estate. And I just am not in love with real estate like I used to be. Do you understand what I'm talking about if you're a realtor? It's hard to do your job because you are just basically getting dwindled down to price. The internet.com makes everyone feel like they understand real estate and they know what's going on, but they don't. Nobody knows all the things in real estate unless you're a seasoned realtor and you know what's up, right? And it's a beautiful thing. Real estate is a beautiful thing, and I absolutely love what I do, but the income that comes with it, I don't love. the income that is dwindling away in front of my eyes and is disproportionately aligned with my efforts in this real estate business, I can't stay in business this long. And everybody might be saying, oh, well, actually, maybe you need to try harder. Maybe you need to try harder. Really? I'm 17 years in the business. I'm probably the luckiest person ever to, if you work with me, consider yourself like you're good. You're going to be taken well care of, right? I just simply don't have the want to go find internet.com business that I have to engage with, fish with, and get them to come into my house, into my office, into my world, get them to sign a buyer's rep, have to explain my value to them. I just simply don't like that part of it anymore. But what I do like is being a business owner. And what I do know is that my work ethic is out of this sight. And what I do know is that I show up, and I show up, and I do my job, and I'm coachable, and I have a CEO mindset, and I can be successful because I've seen so many people have and operate an online business. So why not me? Why not me? The world is going digital. Why not me? Right? So let me tell you what I have going. So this is my Legacy Builder program. This is not a multi-level marketing business. I get 100% profit. So if you're in my thing right now, dailywealthonline.com is where you're going to go to get to this sales page. This is my sales page that's out there working for me 24/7. Let me show you what it does. You go to my sales page. You go to my .com address. Here's my sales page. You get a video. In that video, if you're excited about buying, you can buy immediately. And then you can buy the 100, the 300, the 600, or the 900. That's up to you because not all one size fits all, right? When you buy, I get 100% of that sale. So if you buy the $900, I get a $900 a stripe payment. If you buy the $100, I get a $100 stripe payment. If you buy the $300, I get a $300, and so on, right? But you don't get access to everything unless you buy the $900 program. And we have installment plans and we have all that stuff. So you don't have to worry about it. Now, let's say you need a little bit more information and you're not ready to buy right now. Fine. You'll get an email. And again, I'm going to ask you in the email if you're ready to buy again. If you're not, no big deal. You're going to get another email in a few days. It's going to say, hey, we have a webinar. Are you interested in coming to that webinar? Click the link. I'll send you to the webinar. So now you have an opportunity to learn more about what this is and take it further, because a webinar is going to introduce you to our amazing community. A webinar is going to show you the successes that are happening in the community, because I get it. I only have like 4.5 seconds to capture your attention. What I want you to do is I want you to go to dailywealthonline.com and realize that you can change your financial future and your family's lives right now by not going and get another second job for 8 hours a day, right? That's so silly. Would you rather make 8 hours? Would you rather go and work for 8 hours for someone for $10 an hour? Or would you rather work 2 hours a day and make $100? Huh? Right. Do the math. 8 hours a day for $10 an hour. That's $80. Plus you got to get the taxes taken out, right? Or would you rather work for 1 hour a day? 2 hours a day and make $100, right? It makes sense to look at the digital marketing space because you can learn and earn while you're building your digital marketing piece. So my friend just came in. Gerald, it's been a minute. Doesn't it make sense, Gerald, instead of working for 8 hours a day for $10 an hour to work for 2 hours a day and make $100 a day? I think it does. But anyway, if you don't understand that, then you're not quite there yet. But anyways, here's the thing. You get the email, you get the offer. We're going to invite you to a webinar. If you're not ready yet, you get another email and another opportunity. And then once you're asked again to make the purchase, then Ashley gets 100%. It's a done for you 100% profit business. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about it, because I'm already used to working for commissions, right? I'm a realtor. I don't mind waiting on my paycheck because my paycheck is fun, right? My paycheck is fun. When I get my paycheck, it's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits big, right? So I don't mind waiting on my paycheck. But that's the thing. This business, this digital marketing business, is kind of like the same thing. Kind of like the same thing. It's slow and steady gets the race. But the thing is this, it's slow in the beginning. If you have that audacity and you have the nerve, and I'm trying to scare you here because I want you to dare yourself. If you believe in yourself and you know that for 6 months you can spend 2 hours a day on your business and do 3 pieces of content every day. And oh, by the way, along the way, you're going to win. You're going to win. I mean, in 90 days, I've made one, two, three, four. I'm already 4 figures in, right? I've already made probably more than what the average person makes monthly, just in that one total. But so you're going to win. It's just, are you capable of doing this for 2 hours a day? Do you want it bad enough? That's what it comes down to. Do you want it? If you don't want it, then you know what? It's no big deal. You can go on to the next guy and keep watching TikTok videos of people dancing. And then in 6 months, when you see me and I'm showing you my bank account of $80,000 in 1 month of earnings, you're going to be like, oh my God, I saw that girl. I remember seeing her. She looks so familiar, right? It's because I chose to get into digital marketing and it's changed my family's life. It's given me the freedoms that I've always wanted to have because I'm aware that the world is going digital. The world is going digital. And why not you? I mean, you have reoccurring bills, right? You have reoccurring bills. Why not have reoccurring income? If you have, electricity, water, gas, HOA, car payment, mortgage payment, I mean, all these people are taking from you every month. So why not have something out there that's incoming for you every month? We have people in our community that are doing 6 figures in 60 days. We just had somebody do 6 figures in 60 days, which is exciting because I've been in the business with this community since and this is my first time. This is my first time to do a course or a program, but I did it with this company because I already knew what to look out for. I already knew the people that had done me wrong in the past. I already knew that I didn't want a course. I wanted a full on 100% company to take me from, conception all the way to close, right? I wanted to get involved and have a company that was working for me immediately. And that's why I got involved with this done for you business. Inside our digital program, we teach you step by step how to copy and paste free ads onto high traffic websites. Inside our digital marketing community, we teach you step by step how to be successful with social media and find the perfect customer. Inside our digital marketing program, we teach you step by step how to build your own digital product if you want to. If you don't want to and you just want to sell something that's already built, then that's it. That's all you have to do. But I have my own business. So I want to take this and put it in my own business. That way I'm staying in front of my clientele month after month after month without paying constant contact and ZenTap and Salesforce and CRMs. Like this is a done for you business where I am communicating with my people and they can always get a hold of me. So it's really fantastic. But that's the thing. I always wanted to be a business owner and now I can do that confidently going into the next 6 months of this world. I can go into the next 6 months of this business and know that in just 6 months I'm going to have 6 figures in my world. So it's Sunday and I'm getting ready to go to church. And thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you guys have a great time. Thank you for coming in. If you have any questions, let me know. Just type in I'm ready in the comments below if you want the link, and I'll come and send that to you. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming.